Hey everyone, thanks for being here. Become the cause. Hi, I'm Mia Marie. Looks like you found me at my new channel. It's going to be on numerous different platforms, so I don't even want to give a name to it, but probably looking at YouTube and Rumble and Gab and some things like that. So happy New Year! How is everybody doing? Welcome to 2022. Good riddance 2021. Although I'd have to argue that there was some good stuff in 2021 for sure. A lot of maybe uncomfortable things, but eye-opening things. And I think, as we all know, that knowledge is power, and there seems to be a lack of consistent and well thought out knowledge these days in the mainstream. So anyway, here we are. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to open up the new year by wishing you all a happy one coming ahead. I think it's going to be a great new year. I do think it's going to be full of some twists and turns and bumps, and if you don't like roller coasters, I'm not sure you're going to like it very much, but I think in the end, things will shake out, and we'll be in a much better place by this time next year. So I'm always the optimist, and I have my days, but I will stay the optimist. So in the world of WTF and heads up for everybody, this was probably one of the first articles I read when I woke up yesterday on the first day of the year and thought to myself, really? So I want to share my screen with you and share an article. Well, actually a couple. And the first one, this is the one that got me. This is the one that I saw. Israel reports the first case of, okay, wait for it, FLURONA. Doctors say they have found a rare double infection of influenza and you know what, in a young pregnant woman. And this occurred in Israel. And yeah. How do you feel about FLURONA? I know how I feel. I don't find that to be rare. I think that coming up with a name like that and pushing this out on this particular date just shows how little they think of us and how truly stupid they believe we are. So we'll get into that just a little bit. But yes, welcome FLURONA 2022. I was wondering what they were going to call the next one. But this one makes sense to me when you connect some dots. So let's do that. So yeah, she tested positive for both viruses, evidently. They're monitoring her to see if both viruses cause a more severe illness. And evidently, she is the first ever documented case of having the virus simultaneously. Now, I beg to differ there. Really? Documented might be the key word in that sentence, but I know that many of us, I don't know about you, but many of us around the world have believed that they are either one and the same or basically the same, and one might be a little worse depending on certain people. We don't know. But anyway, so yeah, she evidently tested for both, suffering mild symptoms, so I guess that's good, but they're looking for any kind of increase in the severity because of the combination of the two supposed viruses. And they say her case is the first documented one in the world, but they believe that there could be more FLURONA infections in the country. Well, you can be sure of that. We could take bets, I suppose, on how long it'll be all over the world being fear-mongered. I don't know. It is just in time for flu season, and we kind of predicted similar things to this, that flu would magically be back after literally disappearing and I'm using air quotes that you can't see, but disappearing for 2 years, basically. So, anyway, so there's that. And then it brings me to this article, because I find this interesting in terms of timing. So, this article, let me go back to it really quick. This article was posted on January 1st, okay? Yesterday, like I said. It was one that I was just like, really? But the day before yesterday, on the 31st, guess what happened? The CDC withdrew the PCR test, okay? And it's been going around that it's because it confuses the thing and the actual flu. And we've talked for years about how the numbers have very likely been, and maybe not even just likely, most definitely been inflated with flu numbers, since the flu, like I said earlier, magically seemed to disappear, just disappear for 2 years, just gone, pretty much. And, now all of a sudden, the CDC is withdrawing this PCR test, and it's been going around that it was for this reason, that it couldn't distinguish between the flu and the other thing. And this fact check thing by USA Today, they love fact checking stuff. So, you can even text their fact checkers. That's not Orwellian and weird. But anyway, so they said they were removing the PCR tests, in this article anyway, that it will be removed from the list of tests on the emergency use authorization because of its demand has decreased with the authorization of other tests, not because it confuses viruses. Well, I thought people across the country were freaking out because there wasn't enough tests. But anyway, so it says, that the test would not show false positives if the person only had the flu. Well, I mean, we know that's not correct. We just know it. Uh-oh. I clicked something weird and I shouldn't have. So anyway, there's that. But this is where that idea came from, right? This is where the idea came from, that the CDC was pulling, this is from the CDC itself, that the CDC was pulling these tests because of differentiation purposes. And so this was dated on the 21st of July, right? Okay. So it's basically just saying this is a lab alert, okay? It's like notifying all the laboratory workers that the FDA is going to, withdraw the EUA for the test that was introduced in February of 2020 for the detection of this only, right? That's what its purpose was supposed to be, right? So it just says it's providing this advance notice so that people can select and implement one of the alternatives. So there's that. And it says right here, CDC, where did it go? The CDC encourages laboratories to consider adoption of a multiplexed method that can facilitate detection and differentiation of the thing and flu viruses. So it's saying that it can save time and resources as they head into the flu season. Now, we've already been through 2 flu seasons, right, since this whole, nightmare began. And so, again, it begs the question, what's the difference? If they're discontinuing that one, they're saying that it is, well, in the fact check, it's saying it's because there's a lack of need, or people aren't requesting it, or the demand isn't there. But in this document from the CDC itself, they're reaching out to labs so that they have adequate time to choose other things. So clearly there's a demand if they're going to need to choose other things. And certainly, with something I'm going to show you in a few minutes, there's clearly a demand. Whether it's a reasonable demand or not is a whole nother discussion, but it says right here that they need to be able to facilitate the detection and differentiation of the thing and flu viruses. So, I mean, it's kind of where this idea comes from. It comes from the CDC itself. So, I mean, that's just all I have to say about that. So anyway, over to the next thing, which is, certainly related. I don't know how related. It might be very related. It might not be. I don't know, but it's definitely related, and it begs the question: how long is this nonsense going to continue? I mean, that's really the question. So let me scroll to the top of this. Sorry about that. And this is, Biden just signed a $137 million deal with a German company to make a test strip factory to make, tests for the what. But it will take 3 years to build, okay? And they're talking about it producing, this 83 million tests a month to start in late 2024 at the earliest. So what the hell is going on? I mean, what is the big picture plan here? Why are we planning for 3 years at the earliest out to be pumping out a crap ton of tests for something that we're dealing with now? Like, what is that, what does that mean? I mean, I think we realize that whatever's going on is going to be here for a while, but this is just crazy. So I'm going to take a look into whatever the German pharmaceutical company is for sure, and just try to, follow wherever the roads lead me for that, but I haven't done that at this point. So, okay, it looks like Millipore Sigma is the new factory. So I'll have to take a look at that. But, well, that's the new factory. I don't know if that's the pharmaceutical company. But I'll have to take a look in that and see. So, what is going on? I mean, these are the pictures. The CDC took away the test saying there's not a demand. I mean, what is that? These are people lined up. And there's more. And there's more. So, well, okay. They're saying everything is high transmission at this point. Fine. Herd immunity is a beautiful thing. Yeah, here's another picture of just cars waiting in line. This is, as well, it's a video of some sort. I'm not going to really play through it. It's 5 minutes or whatever. The point is made. Look at all this. I mean, to tell me that there's not a demand. Now, again, whether it's a reasonable demand or not, that is totally to be debated. Okay, I guess it depends on your belief about just everything. And, I mean, these people, I realize some people are having to stand in line because, they have to travel somewhere or whatever, and maybe they haven't, taken the jab or what have you, and so they have to, get cleared to travel or whatever. Some people for work, I suppose. But a lot of these people are probably 2-3 vaxxed and standing in line to see if they have something that most people probably don't even have symptoms for, based on all the anecdotal, data coming out from across the world. So this is just crazy to me. So yeah, this was just on Wednesday. And so there's that. Here's another interesting thing. Let's see. Yeah, this is just talking about the Biden-Harris administration bringing 2 new over-the-counter at-home tests to the market. So I'll have to look into that a little bit more as well. And so one is distributed by Roche and the other by Siemens. Okay. All right. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of highlight that for you, because it looks like what we have here is, something. What's going on doesn't look like there's any plan to stop with all this nonsense anytime soon. Okay. We've got some sort of shenanigans going on with, the CDC saying that there's no demand for a particular testing product right here. Mentioning in here differentiating between these two things. And then the day after, these PCR tests are not being used, we get this fact check saying that the CDC never said this, which is right here on their website, and which brings us back to 2022 and the FLURONA. So, welcome in FLURONA, I guess. I don't know. But we knew something else was coming. I think the name is hilarious. It's insulting. I mean, they clearly think that we're like really stupid. And I guess in some cases that's actually true. So, what are you going to do? But anyway, yeah. So, take your vitamins, eat well, exercise, get good sleep, get outside, enjoy nature, be happy, and most importantly, don't live in fear. Don't live in fear. Fear is probably one of the most deadly things to our system, so definitely don't do that. Anyway, Happy New Year, my friends. I hope it started well for you, and I hope you enjoy a prosperous and joyous New Year. And I definitely hope you come back. I know this is my first video on here, so if you're watching it and I don't have anything else posted, I promise I will. I promise. So please subscribe, join, whatever the case may be, whichever platform you're seeing this on. And thanks again for watching this all the way through. I could really use your help to build this up, and I do appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you. Have a good day.